What's going on, everybody? I want to say YouTube, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So, I want to make a brief video speaking about the importance and benefit of sharing this information. So, I came across all these videos, and I'm just going to read them off, the specific ones, and I made a little, pamphlet. But it says, Rashad Jamal speaks on the return of the Ancient Ones, Rashad Jamal creation story, Rashad Jamal serious mysteries, word magic, the power and occult definition of words, audio version book is on YouTube, and then Infinite Insight 2022, in case you get pulled over. So during December, I think I made, I found those videos and I typed them up on a Word document, and then I printed a bunch of pages and I cut them up. And during January, when I was door dashing, I ended up making the promise to myself that I would hand them out. One day I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to hand out one, at minimum one. And I handed out 3 that day, all to, black men, 2 carbonated gods, and 1 goddess. Divinely fallen. But after that, I just handed out more. Unfortunately, I've handed out about 10 to 15, and with the exception of 1, I handed them out to potentially 2, all the oppressors, those that have the information, those that are at the top of what's going on, because everybody that is Caucasian in this matrix that has ill intent towards the Anunnakis, towards the gods, towards black people, Latina people, and Latino people, answers to somebody that looks like this. That is what I have learned since December of 2023, but really seeing it and feeling it and those experiences in my life since February. And then, of course, working at Target was, woo, eye-opening. But let's talk about the positive, right? The one person who I know is not falling into this category of the oppressor, and why it's important to share this information, and what's a benefit when you do find somebody that is also on their journey of remembering who they are. So I handed this pamphlet, little piece of paper, out to another carbonated god who was working at one of the restaurants that I was picking up food from, and I wasn't to the point where I felt comfortable saying, hey, there's a spiritual shift happening, and I believe you're one of the guys that's going to shift into their highest frequency, and you are a 90th to being Anunnaki god. It just felt like I would lose them, so I added on, in case you get pulled over, and I, talked to him about it and handed it off to him, and he was appreciative. So what happened that night? That night in the astrals, one experience that I had was, of the 3 that I handed it to, I had a memory unfold. And it was this one carbonated god who was working at this restaurant and me. And his body was blue, my body was blue. I don't know if they were fully astral bodies. I mean, in the experience it was, but his body was blue and my body was blue. And he did a backflip and then ducked. And then I leaned over to the right in a very agile, defensive type of way. It was like we were battling something. I don't fully know as of today what that was, or I shouldn't say I don't know, but that memory in its fullness has not fully unfolded yet. but we were battling something and we were working together. And the sounds, I mean, the air had a specific strong sound to it. And I just knew that I could, depend on him. And I felt that energy like between us. So that's definitely someone from way before that my soul has interacted with, that I believe, we have shared fond memories together, and there was enough trust between us that we were battling together, facing some type of force outside of us, but we're relying and trusting each other. So that was the little bit of a memory. And even though it was so quick, and I can't say small, it just opened up another door, I feel, in regards to how I look at people in this illusion. And yeah, I may not remember you currently in this physical, but there is a possibility that our relationship goes way back. And it's a positive one too. So the impact of me doing this, but in the digital space of just sending this to a few people that I trust, again, I see their astral body in the astrals that night. It wasn't the same experience like we're blue or anything. I saw them and how they look here, and they were just receiving the information. And then another one, same thing. So that, I'm choosing to believe, is their soul will eventually look at that information and start unraveling more memories for them. Those experiences happened for a reason after I shared this information and allowed myself to be vulnerable and invite them in to the truth that has been kept hidden from us for generations and generations and generations. So don't underestimate the power of inviting somebody in to all of this truth that is heavy and maybe a little heavier for some instead of others, but don't underestimate simply saying hi to somebody and inviting them in. So I just wanted to share this video talking about, as I stated earlier, the benefit. And the benefit for me was a memory unfolding, whether that specific memory with that other carbonated god was on Atlantis, or if it was a memory from us being in the astrals. Time will tell. As it gets hotter, as the Kundalini rises, I will get that memory in its fullness and be able to share. And then with these other people who are my friends, it was in some other type of space in the astrals. I don't want to say a house, but there were buildings when I saw them receiving this information, and we were having what would be an energetic conversation. But yeah, that's the video. That's the good news. It also reaffirmed all of this information to be true for me in a spiritual way. And that our souls will remember. We'll remember this truth that's in these videos, and we'll remember each other when we reach out to one another and we receive that information with an openness, be it down here in the physical or in the spiritual. So I'm going to end this video here, and I want to say peace and sending positive energy to all 9 ether beings, remembering who they are. See y'all in the next one.